Welcome back. Inferencing. It's a skill that you are probably familiar with from earlier grades, but let's take a look. Inferences are what we figure out about a topic based on what we already know about it and research. When you make an inference, you're basically making a conclusion about something using what you know and clues from the text. Knowing how to make an inference is important. Answers won't always be explicitly stated in the text, and you need to be able to take what you know and clues from the text to draw a logical conclusion. Now, here's a good note. When inferencing, more than one correct answer could be possible. It's all about how you use that evidence and what you already know to combine it. There are 5 steps to making an inference. Let's use this text box from the Scholastic News article, "What does your computer know about you?" as an example. There are 5 steps we can take to develop a good inference. Our first step is we're going to ask ourselves, what do I already know about this topic? Second, I'm going to jot down anything I notice or see in the photograph or other text feature. Third, I read any text that might be surrounding the text feature. It could be in captions, it could be in the text box, it could be in the text below it, in the paragraphs below it or above it, as long as it's related and it helps me draw a connection. Fourth, I determine if there are any words or captions that help me understand this feature. Were there any words that were surrounding this text feature that helped you understand more about what this was about? And then fifth and finally, I combine what I know and any text clues to help develop an inference. I'll walk you through this example. Step 1, I ask myself, what do I already know about this topic? Well, when I read the little top part, it says how targeted ads work. Here's how websites scam to know or seem to know what products you want to buy. And isn't that the truth? I mean, sometimes we search for something online, it could be on walmart.com, and before you know it, we get back on Facebook or Twitter or wherever, and there's an ad for that thing I searched for. Or sometimes it even feels like you just think about the thing, and boom, there it is on your social media newsfeed. So I know that targeted means to point out something or to someone. Ads is just short for the word advertisement. And then social media uses a lot of ads, like I said. And then I know that ads and search history are related. So those are some of the things I already know about this topic. Step 2, I'm going to study this text feature. What do I notice or see? Well, I see a numbered list of steps. I don't know if they are steps per se. I would have to read more deeply to figure it out, but I do see a numbered list. So they want me to read this in order. All right, a laptop computer. I see a picture of a laptop computer, so it tells me that has something to do with being online or on the computer. I see a paper with a cookie. Now, if you don't know much about computers, this might be where you would know, maybe I need to read a bit more about that because I can't just be talking about cookies you eat, but I know a little bit about how cookies work. Cookies are just bits of data that websites put on your computer to track what you search and what you do. And then a dollar bill, all right? That has to do with money, all right? So someone's charging someone for something, all right? So those are some of the things I notice. And step 3, I'm going to read the text that surrounds the text feature. So I'm going to take the time to read all of this. I mean, it's not a whole lot. I'm going to take the time to read the information. I'm going to look for words and phrases that help me understand what is going on in this text feature or what it's about. So after I do that, I'm going to find that text around the text feature that helps me understand. Now, if we were working in our My View book, you might want to highlight it, but we're not going to do that here. It says, so some of the things I found that helps me understand what the message of this text box is. It says, websites seem to know what products you want to buy. That happened right up here. All right. For number 2, it told me something that how cookies and advertisers are related. Cookies allow advertisers to know. So they're giving cookies are giving advertisers pieces of data about people who search. Advertisers use data to place ads for related products. Okay, so you could be researching an article about basketball, and because you've visited a sports website later on in your research, or later on in your web quest, mind you, an ad for sneakers, for basketball sneakers, might pop up. Sorry, guys. And then another piece of evidence that I found, or a clue, says websites make money by charging advertisers to place ads. So step 5 is to make an inference. I'm going to combine prior knowledge and text clues to create my inference. And I want you to remember this. This is very important. An inference is just implied knowledge gathered, and it's not specifically stated in the text. So this is why it's important that you need to gather both what you know and clues from the text so that you can combine an educated statement. All right, your educated guess. So when I combine all of this stuff, I can make the inference that websites know what I'm interested in because they use cookies to tell advertisers what I've searched for. Now that was implied in the text. But what wasn't implied in the text was why the author decided to include this text box. This publication included this text box, this is my inference, to warn kids online to be careful what they search for online, to help protect their privacy. Okay? So, for your assignment today, you are going to be going into our text for life on Earth and beyond, and we are going to focus on the making inferences close read. So I'm going to do the first close read prompt with you. All right, and our close read prompt says, review the images, then highlight details in the paragraphs 34 through 37 that you can use to make inferences about the similarities in the climates of the Atacama and Mars. So I basically have this little table here, and I organize it by what information I need to find. So my close read prompt, what I know. So I'm going to figure out, well, what do I know about these two things? What do I know about deserts? Okay. What do I know about their climate? Well, I know they both look very desert-like. So I say I know deserts are hot, they're dry, they typically don't have much water, if any. Some clues that I can pick out of paragraphs 34 through 37 I thought were very important. All right. So first, I make a note about what the photos have. In both photos, they look bare, they're rocky, they have rocky ground, no plants. And then I'm going to pick out pieces of text that really help me understand what's going on in the photos. In the driest parts of the Atacama, nothing can survive. Now remember, I'm focusing on the similarities in the climates. All right? Where there is no liquid water, there is no life. So we know it's hot, we know it's dry because they don't have any water, or barely any. No liquid water on Mars now. And remember, we're looking at Mars and the Atacama. Well, Mars doesn't have water, and the Atacama doesn't have water. But we know the Atacama is very dry and very hot. Okay? So something I can infer from the evidence that I gathered is that neither the Atacama or Mars have any water, so nothing can survive in those places. Let's try one together. I want you to pause the video now. Open up your MyView Student Interactive to today's close read exercise for Make Inferences. You're going to go to Unit 1 Journeys, Week 2, Reading Workshop, click on Life on Earth and Beyond, go to the Close Read section, and then to the Make Inferences Close Read section. I'll join you there in just a moment.